in this week's treasure hunt, Annika Rice will be guided by two friends, Peter Kelly and Richard Wells from High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire. Now, the only person who knows our course is, of course, Wincy Willis, and she'll be guiding us, I hope, a bit.
Well, no, we can't give much away. I will be checking, though, whether you're on schedule, and you've got 45 minutes, as usual, to solve your 5 clues.
Right. Well, now, tell us a bit about yourselves before we start. What do you do, Peter?
I'm a salesman for a multinational company in London.
What do you sell?
Computers.
Brought one with you to help you solve the clues?
No, I only brought Richard. He's going to do them for me.
I hope he's properly programmed, has he?
I hope so.
What's your job?
I'm a journalist with the local newspaper in High Wycombe.
Well, best of luck to you both. We can't see Annika, you realise here, but we should be able to hear her and talk to her, so let's see if that is the case. Annika, can you hear me?
Hello there! Well,
hello!
How are you all? The sun has actually come out, and I'm going to give you a clue as to where we are. If I say Robin Hood, Sherwood Forest, D.H. Lawrence, Lord Byron, touch of the old ice skating, you'll of course guess that this week we're in Nottinghamshire, in the East Midlands.
Right.
Not one of our more exotic locations for a start position. We're actually very close to a power station, and if you look on your map, we're on the southwest corner of the map.
Southwest corner.
Near a town called Thrumpton, right at the bottom, where it says...
Did you say Thrumpton?
Yep. Sherwood Forest is actually right to the north. It doesn't even show up on this map, I don't think. That's where Sherwood Forest is, so we're nowhere near there. But we have got a band of merry men here. So let's say hello to Keith. We like to call Keith Little John, usually. Sorry, Keith. And let's say hello to Graham. There's Will Scarlett, Graham Berry. And finally, Frank Maber, the video engineer, but we just like to call him Maid Marian.
Haven't you got Friar Tuck with you?
That's you, Kenneth, I think.
I asked for that one.
Frank, you'd rather be Friar Tuck, would you rather Maid Marian? Just for today, you can play Friar Tuck. Well, we've got all our roles sorted out. Oh, I don't know who I am. But anyway, we're ready to go, as I say, circling around the power station. The sun's come out, and good luck, everybody. Right,
you are. Well, thanks very much. Now that we know where Annika is, perhaps you'll tell us a bit more about the area. Would you, Wincy, please?
Certainly. Well, here's our start point marked. Someone once wrote about Nottinghamshire. I'll get my new teeth and we can start again. It was wonderfully unknown and blissfully undiscovered. Let's see what we can discover about it. It's in the East Midlands. It's a long, thin county wedged in between Derbyshire and Lincolnshire. It's south of Yorkshire and north of Leicester. And on our more detailed map here, we've got the River Trent clearly marked, and it's supposed to be where the south ends and the north begins, or where tea time changes from scones and jam to eggs and bacon. There's our starting point, clearly marked. The treasure you're looking for today is a sign of the Greenwood. A sign of the Greenwood. You've got 45 minutes. Here's your first clue. Good luck. Start at the top.
Okay, well, here's the clue. Below Willoughby's Pepper Pots, approach La Traviata's Glass House, but stop short at a pelargonic Mrs. Parker. What happens? Below Willoughby's Pepper Pots, approach La Traviata's Glass House, but stop short at a pelargonic Mrs. Parker.
Right.
Willoughby's Pepper Pots.
Well, I think we...
well, she's in the air already.
She is, right.
Actually, where we are now looks as if we're circling over Pepper Pots. The power station actually looks like. But I think that would be too easy.
Let's have a look for Willoughby's.
Willoughby. And...
we'll just keep circling for the time being, then.
What else could it be under? You want something about centre of England?
We're just looking up Willoughby.
Should we get these Nottinghamshire ones?
Is that Peter?
No, this is Richard.
Richard.
We're looking up to see whether we can find something about this Willoughby.
Willoughby.
That's not the one, obviously.
So we'll just stay right where we are. Shall we head north, east?
Just keep circling at the moment. We're...
Willoughby family. Here we are. Here's something about it.
Marion.
Have a look at this.
Right.
See if you can find anything there. Willoughby family.
Willoughby family. Gosh, there are so many references here.
But
let's start off with the first one.
Willoughby's Pepper Pots. I should think that might be... Do you think something where he lives?
Could be Willoughby.
You okay? A bit devastating, Graham. You're not in your usual
guess is that is something to
Willoughby
do.
on the Wolds. Now, Wolds. Could Wolds be...
do we have a...
hills?
The hills?
Looking like pepper pots?
Woolerton, 51.
Oh, Willoughby Tombs. We have a reference here to Willoughby Tombs. Willoughby on the Wolds with the early Willoughby Tombs.
Right. Willoughby. So is it a place called Willoughby now, do you think, or it's a... A monument?
Well, we think it's probably, I think personally, it's probably where a man called Lord Willoughby lives. Lord
Yes,
Willoughby
I think
Dearsby.
it's at Woollerton. Now
So we need to look for a big country house or a hall.
Woollerton
Yes,
there. There's
Woollerton Park.
there. Woollerton Park. I've got Willoughby here.
180,
If you're-
here you are, here's a road.
The Willoughbys of Woollerton.
The Willoughbys of Woollerton.
Yes, there's
Yes.
some chap called Willoughby
we're looking
of
at
Woollerton.
we're looking at a Woollerton Park, which is due
Oh,
north.
Woollerton Park. Okay,
Yeah.
we're on our
You
way.
found it?
Yes. Can you see it?
Yes, we've got it.
Yes.
It's
think that's
due
right.
north.
Okay.
It's,
So there's a hall in the museum and a deer park.
right, that's
And
it.
a-
Just the
and
other
a
side of the river.
telephone.
You're happy that that's the right place, are you? You think so?
Well, I
Okay.
think at the moment, yes.
Now look, here's
Woollerton.
Woollerton Hall.
Woollerton.
So Sir Hugh Willoughby at Woollerton Hall, yes.
Yes, that's near Birmingham University.
A noble explorer died in the Arctic on an expedition to discover
Well, hurry
the
up.
northeast passage
Willoughby.
to India. So pepper pots, there must be something to do with the Camellia House. We look at
Well, look, aren't those pepper pots?
The architecture.
The
yes,
architecture.
the architecture is the pepper pots on the house. Let me just look
Does
at
that
the.
give any reference there to the architecture? Let me see if I can find something in this.
How are you getting on, Annie?
We'll be there in about 3 minutes.
Right.
So
Right.
it's the building that actually the architecture is in the shape of pepper pots.
Sure, that's right. On the top of the building.
On the
little
top of
pepper-
them.
Yeah.
So we have to swoop down and grab it or something.
Now we want to find La Traviata.
Well, La Traviata's La Dama Camellia, Camellia Glass House, do you think?
Yes.
Possibly?
La Traviata's what?
La Traviata's glass
Yeah, La
house.
Dama Camellia, the lady of the camellia. So it's the Camellia House, I should think. There you are.
Okay.
And
So-
could Mrs. Parker be the name of a particular?
I don't know what pelargonic
Perhaps
means.
it's
Do
the
you?
cleaning lady.
On it. Do you want the dictionary? Now hold on. Look. Where's the glass house?
Well,
Well,
have we
that's
got
Long
have we got a map
Camellia
of?
House.
We're now
This is
going to be
Woollerton
flying
Park.
over
This is Woollerton
Stapleton.
Yes,
Hall.
but what about Woollerton Hall? Is there a map of Woollerton Hall? You know, a
Let
sort
me
of
just have a
diagram.
check.
And Woollerton, actually, I have to say we're flying in some rather sort of murky weather. Sorry.
You say it's pretty filthy
Murky,
weather.
is it? Oh dear, that's a shame.
But
Sorry.
it's somewhere over there, Woollerton. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled. How are you doing, Keith? Anything you want? Is there anything you want to talk to me about today?
Pelargonic.
Thanks, Keith. Okay. Keith, I'm sorry I called you Little John. That was
On
quite
here.
uncool. I'm really sorry. Will you forgive me?
Somewhere about the Camellia
So
House.
unjust,
There's
anyway.
nothing about it there.
Have you got Woollerton Hall in sight, Annie?
No, we're flying over Stapleford at the moment.
Stapleford, right, okay.
Woollerton Hall is in the sort of murk right ahead of us, and I'm
Right.
looking for a building then with
La
pepper pot
Traviata's
roof.
glass house.
Yes.
Must be this, the
But you
Camellia
don't
House.
Is that
forget
it
this. You've got
there?
to stop short.
Yes, we can actually just see it. Now,
short,
Graham, here's a real
short.
challenge. Can you pick out the hall?
Pelargonic Mrs. Parker.
Yes, it has got the
Well,
pepper pot
pelargonic
castle
is
turret.
any plant of the chiefly southern African geraniaceous genus Pelargonium. It's a kind of a geranium.
You've had 5 minutes
Have a
so
look and see
far.
if there's one called Mrs. Parker.
There, the building's in front of us now. It's got all these
a
castle-like
geranium,
turrets.
did you say?
Pelargonium.
Pelargonium.
Hello, Annie. We think it's got a connection with a geranium.
Geranium.
Pelargonium, Lady
Could this be something in the garden? There is a kind of greenhouse in the garden.
Can you see the greenhouse?
Yes, I can.
It's the Camellia House.
The Camellia House, and
Yes,
there'll be a
we-
geranium in it.
Well, we have to stop short of
Yes,
the.
approach the glass house, but stop short
Okay.
at a pelargonic Mrs. Parker.
I'm afraid
So-
we haven't got a detailed map of the area.
No,
so we
that's
can't.
fine. Well, there's a path leading up to the greenhouse with all sorts of flower beds and looks like topiary, but I can't see from this height.
Right.
So there'll be a geranium and some connection with someone called Mrs. Parker.
Peter's frantically looking up geranium to see if we've got a Mrs. Parker.
Oh, there might be one called Mrs. Parker.
Well,
Right?
it might be.
Might be one
Well,
of
this
that
is the
name.
most
Look under there.
magnificent
Let's see if there's
building.
anything
How
wrong.
old is the actual